All right, we are live, and I am home.
Yay!
So,
Yeah, you're home this time.
yeah,
Hooray!
yeah. So I was having to reset up my computer here today. So
Yeah, but tell everyone how it looks today.
I have dual
so
monitors.
Yeah, he literally looks like a command center right now. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I've got this whole Overwatch thing going on. It's kind of cool.
How much
So-
lag is there generally?
Between us and Indon to Facebook, 5 to 10 seconds. So, oddly enough, we actually have all three hosts on again. We're setting a record now, guys. And tonight
Yeah.
we're joined.
Yeah.
We're joined by Joe Paintball. So,
Hey!
Joe,
Thanks
why
for
don't you
having
tell
me,
the
guys.
folks where you're from?
Beautiful Nanaimo, BC. We're over on Vancouver Island,
Nice.
the beautiful west coast of Canada.
Nice.
Very nice.
Same place as Pepper, who was on your show a while ago, a couple episodes back. Hi,
He's
Pepper.
also in the comments already. So,
Yeah, he's already there. He's been chomping at the bit. Hey, Sean.
Pepper.
So, yeah, you were saying you had a few things that you wanted to talk about there. I believe one of them was, this is a very long name, Team Omega Renegade Paintball Club.
Yeah, that's what we are. Team Omega.
Nice.
We're outlaw ball, and we have our own field, and we do a lot of social media and stuff, and we just try to grow the sport more than anything. You know, we have a few local sponsors who kind of take care of us and make things a lot easier for us. But yeah, that's pretty much what we do. It's a bunch of buddies been playing paintball for like 10, 12 years together, and had the opportunity to kind of get our own field, which is given to us free, and we run free paintball games for anybody and everybody that wants to come out. We've had everyone from local field owners to just pretty much everyone from the paintball community at some point, whether they played speedball or magfed or woodsball, comes out and plays with us every second Sunday. And yeah, it's awesome, man. We just kind of do our own paintball thing. You know, we're not really tied to anyone. We're not really we're not dependent on anyone. We just kind of make our own rules. We follow all the normal paintball safety rules and things like that. Don't get me wrong, it's not just a bunch of drunk jackasses in the woods. There have been times when we're jackasses in the woods, but it's a little more. It feels more more on the up and up, you know, with like staging areas and proper roped off areas, and yeah. So we built our own field up using
Very nice.
tires and pallets and plywood and boat tarps. We have one of the guys actually the founder of our team, Marius, come see. He works for his family business is to make boat covers. So every season he ends up with all these old boat covers that people who got new ones got rid of, and he brings them to the field, and we make these bunkers, and they're weatherproof. They're super tough and durable. They've been up there for years, you know, and they make these perfect little bunkers that you can move around, and they don't do any real damage to the environment, right? We keep it as green as we can without killing the trees that are there, right? So
Very nice.
That's awesome.
yeah,
So,
Those would be very unique to play behind.
they are, and loud. Very
Yeah.
loud.
I can imagine.
Yeah,
Yeah, I could only imagine.
yeah. It's hard to know where you're getting shot at when it's just boom, 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 just constant. But it's good, and they're fun. They're hella fun. Every once in a while, they get little holes poked through them, so you can get right up in the hole. And you're shooting each other through the holes in the tarps. Good
Nice.
times, man. Good times.
So, how long
Yeah.
you been playing?
I've been playing paintball only about 10 years consistently.
Okay.
I played a little bit in my 20s. I just randomly happened to come across a paintball field. I think the first time I played, I was like 23. And then about 10 years ago, I started a new job. Actually, it was like 12 years ago. I started a new job and met a bunch of people who play paintball, and we started going out, and they were already kind of doing that, playing outlaw ball. You know, just going out somewhere on Crown land and bringing your own gear and just running a little game somewhere you won't get caught, and sometimes you do get caught. And we've had the police come out. We've had the police come out and very very nicely ask us to put our guns away and just maybe go. And that's but no, we've never had any real trouble. Every once in a while, like a fisheries guy will come by, or some conservation officer will be like, yeah, you shouldn't be out here playing paintball. But you end up talking to them, and they end up being really cool about it. And most of them want to try play paintball. Everyone's thought about trying it. So we've had so many that even the cops were like, oh yeah, I'd love to come out and play paintball sometime. We're like, yeah, come on out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always interesting seeing police's response to paintball when they interact with it unexpectedly. Right. So
Yes.
they're always very cautious at first. So.
Well, we'd gotten really. We'd been crashing different pieces of property around the Nanaimo area, and just so people know, like Nanaimo has a huge forest that basically surrounds it from every side, right? And there's just an endless amount of places you can just drive out in the woods and disappear and set up a paintball field, right? And just play rec ball for the day, and we just bring scuba tanks and whatever. We get our air and it's all good. So, anyways, we go out and we were getting pretty confident because we were just going anywhere we wanted and we never had any problems. And we played this one game which was kind of it was in a forested area that was in town, like it was within city limits. And the only thing about paintball guns, you have to be outside of city limits around here to be able to fire one. So, or be on private property. That's But anyways, so we set up this field in the middle of town, just thinking we would be no problem, and we were up there maybe like half an hour to an hour, and we had played a game or two, and suddenly, because we're up on this mound, basically, it looks down on all the streets and all the neighborhoods around us, and you see all these cop cars. These cop cars start moving up towards where our cars are parked, and we all just like everyone was really cool and really chill about it, and we were just like, okay, everyone just geared down, went back to staging area, everyone took off their guns, packed stuff away, and just waited. We just sat, chilled. Some people lit a smoke,
Yeah.
And then the cops came up, and we could see them from our perch as they were getting ready to come up. Right, they went to the trunks of the car and they started putting on their SWAT jackets or whatever. Right, they started gearing up, like they were gearing up. And because they didn't know, I guess what had happened is some neighborhood had reported that they'd seen a bunch of guys in camo gear, army gear, moving into the woods, and they thought it was like a siege or something.
Yeah.
So the cops came up and they just approached us very slowly and, hey, what's up? We're like, hey, we're just playing paintball. It's just paintball, just so you know. Everyone's head to toe camo, tack vests. People have smoke grenades. It just looks like trouble. And they were pretty cool. One of the cops wanted to get. He was obviously like the guy who was going to try to bust our chops a bit, but he started yelling at people and stuff. But then the supervisor actually he pipes up. He's like, "Oh yeah, I've always wanted to try playing paintball. This is kind of cool." Then he started asking questions about it, and then he just like, "Okay, you guys can't play here. You can't play here, right?" And we're like, "Yeah, we know we can't play here." He's like, "Okay, go." And he let us go, didn't confiscate any of our gear or anything. And that was like the closest we've come to like real trouble as far as playing outlaw ball.
Okay.
Well, that's not.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Has anybody made any comments yet? I can't see. I don't know where my comments are.
Oh, my wife's online.
Yeah, your wife
I
is
just
online.
Oh.
Kyle is online. The Blackwatch crew are
Hey, baby.
online, raising
Yeah.
havoc as always.
Lockdown's online.
Briar
whole
is
bunch of
online
people.
for the first time, which is awesome. Reddy's online. Hey, Reddy.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm just having fun with the Blackwatch guys.
I see this.
Wicked clowns never die, boys.
Yeah.
So. Oh, it looks like Kyle's there as well.
Yeah, of course Kyle is there. I mean, all the BC boys are going to be on.
Oh yeah.
Kyle is currently in Victoria.
Yes, I saw that post.
Yeah, he asked if we were going to be calling him, not Joe. And David is currently saying that he remembers that game that Joe just described.
Oh, Dave.
Game to remember.
Yeah.
It sounds like it would have been a lot of fun.
I finally got my my comments up. Okay, I can
Awesome.
see comments now.
So,
So everyone's just seeing me. I'm looking at my laptop, which is showing me the rest of my stuff, and I probably look like, oh yeah, I can see myself on the laptop now. I look like an idiot.
so, but yeah, no, it's always interesting. Like I was saying, interactions with police when it comes to paintball.
Yeah.
I know.
Wait, Team Hellfire. Hellfire. I
No.
said I'd do a shout out for Hellfire, so shout out for Team Hellfire, Josh O'Kane, Vincent, and Pepper, and the 689 Juggalos, Hector,
Woo, woo.
Carl. Woo, woo. Did you guys check out their
Your
video?
guys' team names are awesome.
Did you
Yeah.
hear their song? Did you hear their song?
There's a
No.
song.
Dude, look
Oh,
them up.
no.
68 Juggalos on YouTube. I actually shot the video for them in my own terrible video shooting way, and it's the best rap about paintball you'll ever hear. It's absolutely
Oh.
fantastic. And they mention our whole
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
community
go
and
check
stuff.
this out now.
Somebody
It's
needs to
hilarious.
put the link to that in the comments, please.
Yes,
Somebody put the
yes.
link to the Juggalo rap in the comments. Thank you. I'm sure.
Pepper.
somebody's gonna do it.
Pepper. This one's
Yeah.
on you.
Speaking
Yeah,
of police and
What's going
paintball,
on?
Dan, what'd you do?
I have no idea what I did.
It sounds like they're pulling up in front of your house.
Yes, it sounds like you're about to get raided.
Oh, that was 5 police cars with 2 fire trucks and 3 ambulances.
Yikes.
I back onto a major highway heading
Yeah.
north, so unfortunately
Ah.
I get this all the time.
Well, but anyway, now that we're sidetracked,
Again.
Sorry.
it happens. This is what we do.
Always.
But no, I got to share one of my own stories about police and paintball.
Okay.
So-
I'm not going to share mine. Mine's horrible.
Oh, we'll get to that in a
Yeah,
moment
there's-
then.
Is that the video behind you?
I don't know what video this is. This is just something that started playing randomly on YouTube while I was not paying attention.
Oh,
Oh.
Sean
Sean
has
posted it. Apparently,
Yeah,
Sean's
Sean
not the
has
only
it.
one.
Yeah, you gotta watch this video.
Pin in
You
that
gotta open
comment.
it up in another window.
So,
I'm gonna try to put it up too.
Even Sean.
Oh, God, that's awesome.
No, I think we could probably organize a game against the Nanaimo RCMP. Oh, that'd be good. That'd be
That'd
something.
That'd be
Who
awesome.
said, who
I'd
said
join
we
you
could
for
do
Who
that.
just commented that?
David Schwinning.
Oh,
David.
David, that would be
David's
absolutely
a paramedic, so
awesome.
he probably has the connections to make that happen.
Oh, that would be
That would
so
be
much
amazing.
fun.
We'll come out. We
Yeah,
volunteer to
we'll be
first.
there.
This is the video.
oh, nice.
I don't know why I have no volume.
Well, we've got it
Probably
pinned
is.
there so that everybody can find it. So,
I'm not a rap guy.
I'm straight
You
up
gotta watch
country,
it.
so
I'm gonna watch it.
I will watch it anyway.
Oh, I'm
Let's
gonna watch
waste it on you then, guys.
Oh,
it.
okay, I'm
It's
straight
a-
up
it's a-
country
it's a-
now.
It's a song about paintball, right? You gotta like it.
Exactly. So, but yeah, so as I've mentioned a few times, you know, I work security dispatch in the city here. And I had just finished getting my paintball marker all pieced together the way I wanted it and converted from hopper to magfed. So, me being, you know, the guy that I am, I had a picture of my paintball marker set up on my email background. Well, at one point I had a homicide detective come into the office and ask to review some footage with us. And he spotted the photo of my marker. And he's like, "Oh, that's nice." I'm like, "Yeah, that's my toy at home." Well, I had an Apex barrel on my marker. He thought it was a real gun.
Oh shit.
So right away I have this
Uh-oh.
homicide cop going, "It's what, where now?" And I'm like, wait. Paintball. It's paintball. See, look, air rig. So I'm pointing out the air gauge and yeah. So that was a fun 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's scary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come to think of it,
Mine's not so
The-
innocent.
the gang detectives didn't overly like it either. I've changed that photo.
Yeah, I don't have many paintball pictures of me up on my Facebook anymore. I do a lot. I don't like. I used to post tons of myself, but I just got tired of seeing my stupid face dressed up in paintball gear.
That's what the
I
mask's
just take
for.
pictures.
Yeah.
I just take pictures of all my teammates now and try to post up them and try to make them look less jackassy than I do. Anyways.
All right, Brad, come
I
on, you got to
actually
share
have,
your story now.
Okay, fine. I was living in Innisfail, which is an hour and a half up the highway from where I used to play. And my paintball gun was too big to put into a gear bag or a box. I was too lazy to dismantle it. This was the MRX, so you guys both know how big and badass this thing was.
Oh, I
had
gotta
it in the
give my.
back of my car, traveling on the number 2, headed south towards Calgary.
Oh no.
From Innisfail. SUV passes me, slows down. I catch the passenger looking in my back seat, and they just take off. 5 minutes later, I've got 6 squad cars rolling up on me. They box me in, weapons drawn, order me onto the ground,
Ooh.
and out of my vehicle. Meanwhile, you can clearly see that I have an orange tip on my paintball gun, and it's got the airline and everything like that. And yeah, I got pulled out of my vehicle at gunpoint, and I had my car searched, and yeah.
Wow.
That's why my current marker sits in its box when I transport it. No one knows
Yeah, no
what
kidding.
it looks like.
Wow.
That's why I have a tonneau cover on the bed of my truck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oops.
that's
And yeah,
true.
Chris, that thing was too big.
I gotta give a shout
What?
out to my son. My son's watching right now, so I just want to say hi, Connor.
Hi, Connor.
Hey,
There you go.
Connor.
I saw
Hey.
Connor before we got started. He's a cool little kid.
Yeah.
It's cool, right?
Yeah.
As long as Grizz thinks so, he's okay by me.
Yeah. He's pretty awesome for a 3-year-old. He has good taste in TV.
Yes, he does.
And he's really interested about paintball. He's actually watched me edit a lot of my paintball videos, and he sits on my lap and likes to watch them. And he likes to see what it's all about. You know, like it's pretty cool. I don't let him near any of the paintball gear. Like he hasn't. I don't think he's even seen one of my paintball guns yet, because he's 3.
Yeah.
He's 3, so it's not necessary. But he knows that I do that because he sees me with welts. like,
Nice.
like all the time. And he comes up and he's just like, "Is that paintball?" I'm like, "Yep." And then he pushes on it.
Of course.
You know, it's just like, does it hurt? I'm like, "Yep." Yep. I didn't notice it until you did that, but yeah, it definitely hurts.
It hurts a little more now than it did a moment ago.
Oh, my son waved at me. Thank you, Connor. Thank you for waving, buddy. I'm glad you're watching.
Yay.
That's
Yay.
awesome.
I figured out that it's easier to actually watch this happening on my phone because I get a better feed than I do on my laptop. So
Yeah.
that's good.
Well,
There we go. Thanks, Connor. So where's all the Omegas that were going to heckle me? I see Colin Parents here. Oh, yeah, Colin from Blackwatch. You guys had him on the show a
Sean is
while
at it
ago.
again.
Blackwatch is awesome. Blackwatch is like what
Sean
Omega
is.
would be if Omega
was
could
that who's doing that?
had the resources.
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing
Oh,
at you. Sean is
Pepper.
repeatedly pressing emojis,
Oh,
and they're popping up on the corner of my screen.
oh,
Yeah.
it's raining. Hi, Pepper. Pepper paintball.
Oh,
yo.
Pepper.
Yeah. Well, see,
Also-
I encourage anybody that wants to press those buttons, apparently
go hard,
it
guys.
makes Facebook think that, we're doing something good over here and more people see it. So, by all means,
That's right.
guys, have fun. Press the buttons.
Yeah.
Yes, press the button.
Paintballers and buttons. Something's going to happen.
Smash the button.
Oh, the buttons are being smashed like crazy. Josh is smashing buttons there. That's good. I put out a guilt post to my teammates before we went on. I'm like, you guys better at least tune in.
Nice.
Support some island paintball. So yeah, I was talking to you guys just before we went on there, and I was mentioning that I don't know much about you guys and what you guys do, but you prefer MagFed play. That's
Yo.
that's your thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see,
For sure.
I've only just gotten into it. I've been doing MagFed seriously for about 2 years now, and it's a game changer for me.
Oh yeah, it's so much fun. What do you
Um,
roll
before
for
we go-
MagFed?
I run dual tip X's or single tip X usually, and I have a TMC. I just wanted to try out the rifle. I like the tip X more than anything. I prefer the pistol play. That's kind of what that's what really does it for me when it comes to MagFed. But I wanted to try out a rifle, and one of our sponsors, our local sponsors here, Nickel Street Paintball. Shout out to NSP. They had one for a good price at my sponsorship price, so I thought I'd give it a try. It's not bad. The rifle setup I don't really like it because of how I move, and I don't like to be that, I don't like to have that distance. I like to be able to stick around and wrap around a lot. That's why I like speedball guns out in the woods too, is just because they're lighter and easier and shorter to get around. But the pistol's king for me. The TMC's not bad. It's not bad, but it's a TMC, it's not. Yeah, I'd rather have, like a T15 or my buddy has a TGR2, which is pretty awesome. But the Milsig, I think, what is it? The A17? I can't remember. That's one.
The
That's the one.
M17A or whatever.
Yeah.
It is now.
This is what you need.
What is it? I can barely see it.
That's a max.
TGR2.
Oh, that's the Max Tech TGR2. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We got a guy on our team that runs TGR2, actually it was belonged to Murray, who's co-captain of Team Mega, and he ended up, I can't remember, he traded it to one of our teammates, and now he runs it, so it's still on the field. But yeah, it's a fun marker, right?
Yeah. I swear by it now.
Oh, I love my max.
Oh,
Tech,
yes.
My little commando. That thing is so loud and so dangerous.
See, that's something for you, Joe. Is something like his commando, because it's small and almost the size of a speedball marker, so you can, if you need to, tuck it into your chest and move.
I would almost say it's close to the same length by the time everything is said and done. It's close to the same length. Excuse me, and probably close to the same weight as one of the bigger speedball markers with a full hopper on.
Oh yeah, which one is it? Which version is it?
It's the Commando. I'm not too sure if you can find it anymore. I did see a couple guys inquiring as to who had them. There is a gentleman in BC who sells Max Tech gear in inland on mainland BC. There, I think he's in the valley. I'm probably gonna get crucified for this later by him. He's turned into pretty much my favorite Max Tech rep. So,
I'm sure somebody.
Yeah, I'll send you his info too, so you can get in touch with him. For everyone,
you gotta send me that one.
Yeah, I'll send you that one. For everyone who's wondering, this is what I'm holding.
What is that?
It's a mock-up of a Predator dagger from the movies.
Cool.
I'm working on it for my close combat, for my mercy kills.
Sweet. So you do the the melee in paintball as well?
Oh yeah.
We got some guys who started doing that. We got back to our founder Marius. He does LARPing as well. I don't know if you guys know what LARPing is.
Live action role play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm a geek.
he does that a lot, and he's been trying for years to combine the two, to combine aspects of LARPing with paintball, and we've had some success. We've had some fun games and stuff like that, but he's still working on finding just the right mixing of the two to make it appealing to both paintballers and LARPers, because what we found when we did play was that the LARPers weren't as into paintball, and the paintballers weren't as into LARPing, and so trying to get finding a middle ground was the hard part. But he's now he brings, and he's encouraged other people to, and just about everybody does bring like a rubber knife or a sword or an axe. There's a battle axe at our field, and there's some good footage of on our team, on different videos of our team, of guys actually getting kills with the melee weapons, and it's awesome. It's
nice.
It's a totally cool thing. I don't do it, like I never get that close to somebody, so but I've seen it happen, and it's awesome. It's epic.
Yeah.
I like.
When I first met
I mean-
Spartan, I decided to put my marker down for a game. It was snowing, and it was horrible weather out.
It was.
Oh, the Copper
Copperhead
Moon
Road.
that Moonshine Wars.
Yeah, Copperhead
That's the
Road.
one. Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
I was rocking a rubber, one of those practice katanas, and I think I got a few kills before people started realizing, okay, he's rolled his ankle. Let's just forget about him. So yeah, that was fun. But I'll bring that out every once in a while, just because. And
Well,
we've
no.
had several games where our guys have like run out of ammo, or one's out of ammo, and he'll just draw his knife, and they'll have a knife battle in the middle of the field, just for fun.
I've ran out of paint, and I had Birdman charging at me, so I whipped mine at him. I threw my rubber knife at him and made full contact. That was the best thing ever. was
Sorry,
the
but that
rubber
just
knife.
sounds wrong how you just whipped it out and threw it at him.
Yeah, whipped it out. Hey,
I guess you gotta do what you gotta do.
you gotta do what you gotta do to subdue someone, right?
So,
At least it wasn't a banana getting thrown at you. That happens more often around here.
I
You don't know
it's
when
not
bananas
completely
go.
unheard of. I have heard mention of tactical bananas a few times.
Right? Yeah, Team Hellfire definitely owns the tactical banana.
Oh.
Oh, hold on a second, guys. My kid's coming in.
Captain America needs a hug.
Is it bedtime?
He keeps saying, I want him to come talk to me.
Oh, hello, buddy. Look, you want to say hi? Look, say hi. There we
Hi.
go. See
Hey,
how
bud.
I look at you? The camera right there. Are you eating my face? Are you eating my face?
Aww.
Oh, you want to watch for a minute?
You want to sit with Daddy when we're done for a sec?
Okay. My kid's gonna hang out.
Oh,
That's all good.
More than fun.
Okay, so what were we talking about?
Tactical bananas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, tactical bananas. Yeah, something that that most people don't have to encounter until they play with Team Hellfire.
Yeah.
And they get pulled out. They get pulled out. They like to prank each other. They like to just put a banana in your gear bag that you find a couple of weeks later when you finally open it up. And like, what?
And it's gone mushy and all over the place. Yeah.
Collins
Yeah,
all over
for
that
the
sending
side.
stuff in gear bags.
Collins even mentioned.
What
So,
do you think, buddy?
We really need to make a trip out
we so do.
west into BC.
Yes,
That is
yes,
gonna
we
be
do.
such a trip.
You should. There's big games over in Vancouver, big scenario games run by Matthew Jancy at BCPaintball.com, Frontline Paintball. They run these scenario events, which are it's about as epic as it gets around here. You know, like they really are they're pretty much the top event in BC, and they're mostly based in like Vancouver. The Metro Vancouver kind of area, but they go up to Kamloops, and they've even come to the island once before. But it's pretty much the going scenario event around here. And they have about 4 a year, and Sean and Pepper are big proponents of those games. They're always there. They're always involved in those. So yeah, they're good fun.
Very
They
cool.
make it out. That's the one to go to. 'Cause
Very cool, yeah.
that'll be the one that has like 140 to 150 or more people showing up, right? So
That's
those are the
awesome.
games you
That
want to
sounds
be at.
like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling when we show up, we need to bring like 5 dozen tactical bananas then.
Yeah.
Large
Yeah.
bunches of bananas, yes.
Yeah, like a
That-
banana
yeah, I can do
cannon,
that.
you know, like you get a
Instead of I got a lovely
cannon.
bunch of coconuts, it's gonna be I've got a lovely bunch of bananas.
These guys are probably just loving that we're talking all about there. I can't see any comments, so sorry anybody that's commenting. Got my kid on my lap, so I can't really look at the comments right now. Are you done?
Who was it
I'm
here?
putting my heel in my
Okay.
Kyle was saying, wait, people don't clean their gear the day after a game. Kyle, I am currently guilty of having not cleaned my gear from the last time we were out at CPN. So
I am
I've
guilty
been
of
lazy.
not cleaning my gear from the last time I was out.
Yeah,
And
I
that's just
haven't-
because I have kids. My
Yep.
kids keep me busy.
That's it. I've got after paintball every Sunday that I get to play paintball, which is every second Sunday. I pick up my kid at 5 o'clock right after, and I have him for the week. So my paintball gear is still in my trunk. My scuba tanks are still in my trunk. I just keep it locked. keep an eye on it. But I haven't had a chance to drag all the gear out because trying to drag it all out with a 3-year-old clinging to your legs is, forget about
No,
it. So.
not doing. No.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna do it now. So anybody's looking to come steal my gear tonight.
You'll see your trunk jimmied open and a banana left its place.
Right? Oh. All right. Come here.
And Kyle, I have a feeling after Depot, young man, you're going to be stationed back here in Alberta or in BC.
Nice.
You're going to have time to go and play.
That is correct. Kyle is doing the RCMP, right?
Yes, he goes to Depot shortly, so it was an honor to have played beside him this season.
Yes, it was.
We definitely have his 6 while he's at Depot and afterwards. And fingers crossed. Even if you're in Saskatchewan, we'll come do our tour and we'll hook up with you while we're out there. We'll
For sure.
paint together.
Yeah.
And Bigfoot is with us. He does exist.
Yeah, you've actually met him. Although I still have not
Bigfoot.
seen photos, so it's just another one of those
The elusive
unconfirmed.
Bigfoot, sorry.
I know, I forgot to take pictures, but I shot him several times and he will attest to that.
I don't know. He seems pretty quiet tonight. So
Speaking of, before we end the show, we have to do our big prize giveaway.
yeah.
Yeah.
A prize giveaway? I'm drawing a blank.
Paintball welts.
Yes.
Oh, yeah!
Connect the dots,
Yeah.
or dot, as the case may be.
Big
Yeah.
dots.
But so before we do
I already
that,
know who wins, so.
yeah, before we do
Captain
that,
Yeah,
America
before we do
was in the
that.
house.
yes. Joe, you have the
He
coolest
says it
kid ever.
twice.
Yeah, you really do.
Absolutely. I agree.
But
I can't wait till Declan's that old.
See,
Yeah.
even Kyle says that Bigfoot was there.
again, no photos, so it's just another one of those unsubstantiated claims. So
I told him Pixar didn't happen. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, it didn't happen, Roman.
exactly.
Quit taking my thunder away here, Bigfoot. Come on.
But so since we're mentioning
Oh
the
my
big prize, I have to do the businessy stuff now. So
Absolutely.
huge shout out to Jester and JTAC Gear. Huge thanks
Yes.
for sponsoring us.
For sure.
And also, he is the provider of the wonderful, part of the prize for helping us out. And also supported by Armadillo. So, but yes, Mr. Jester gave us this thing, which is, as I call it, the Tactical Merce. I can't remember the actual name to it now, because I always call it the
It's
Tactical
pretty
Merce.
nifty.
But,
I called it.
yeah. So, think tactical messenger bag, okay?
Yeah, there you go.
I've got one myself.
Tactical camera bag.
Camera bag. Yeah, it's got multiple different ways that you can attach the strap on it here. So, multiple...
It's mollied.
It's mollied, it's camo, because, well, that's just cool. And that's kind of what we do.
Badass.
Um,
Oh,
and, yeah, so...
It's a terse.
Oh,
terse. Pepper. What's a terse?
It's a tactical purse.
All right. My kid's a little grumpy. It's a little past his bedtime.
Okay. Well, we got uninteresting
my-
for
my
3-year-old
8-month-old was the
audience,
same
so.
Hey, he was totally captivated.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
sweet. So yeah, I wanted to, if I could, mention a little bit about. Sean's prompting me here to talk about Section 8.
yes, by all means.
Okay, so
Yes.
Yeah, go right on ahead.
So like I said, Island is pretty focused on speedball for the most part, right? Woodsball used to be king, and it's kind of died down. There's not a lot of places you can go play outlaw ball now, really. Like the Crown and the different forestry companies all shut down the areas. So like kind of that heyday of Woodsball kind of came to a slow close, except for Omega and Hellfire, which have been running our own games on our own fields, right? There hasn't been, and I'm not saying that's the only thing. There's Central Island Paintball, which is the big show in town, They're mostly focused on speedball right now, but they do have 3 woods ball fields, like, and they have a village set up, and it's awesome. But they're like the only one. There's TNT Paintball in Victoria, but that's like under they have some really intricate fields there. So, but MagFed, it kind of got to start about 15 years ago. At least when I first started playing paintball, there was a lot of people who were kind of doing MagFed, and then when the whole speedball guns and the woods ball field thing kind of came into transition, a lot of those people just faded out. But we're trying to bring it back. And so we started doing, Omega started doing like a Section 8, which was our MagFed division. And mostly because we were crazy for trying it, so it seemed to be like a fitting name. And we started off with just a few of us, and we did, I hosted some little mini events where we got some of our local sponsors to pitch in some cool prizes and stuff, and had teammates lend us land to play on, and we started kind of give away MagFed equipment at the end of the day, do like a raffle draw so people kind of have MagFed. You just see most of it the next day up on the BST sites and trading for speedball gear. But you try to introduce it in. We've been allowing pumps and even mechanical markers with like 50-round hoppers, just to kind of introduce people to the lower ammo kind of play, and it's slowly taken off. It's not. There's probably about 30 or 40 like real MagFed players around, like who own their own MagFed gear, and you get maybe 20 to 30% of them out for a game. So the games are slowly growing. We had one last Sunday at Omega's home field, and like I was saying, we had Mr. Nightmare Paintball himself come out to our field, which was like a super cool treat. It's like
Cool.
A lot of people were fans of his
really
YouTube
cool.
channel. He just kind of came out and he played some outlaw ball with us, and it was awesome. He put up a video today of it from our field, and I put one up yesterday from the same game, and so it was pretty cool. And he's really into MagFed, obviously, and now we have a lot more people interested in MagFed. We just keep getting 2 or 3 people every time, and we're slowly trying to grow it. But I think it's kind of the future of woodsball around here. Woodsball with the speedball marker thing is I mean, it is. I mean, I enjoy it. I don't have a problem using the speedball gun in the woods. I prefer it over like a 98 or BT, something like that, because it's just a more efficient, better marker, right? It shoots straighter, it's quieter. For all those reasons, I thought that bringing speedball guns out in the woods was really beneficial. And for a while there, everybody had speedball guns in the woods, and we were all just going, and it's even playing ground then. You don't feel like you have an advantage or you're taking advantage or anything like that. And that was okay. But then a lot of people who I think the woodsball personality, is somebody who wants to kind of wear camo, who wants to go out and do that kind of, simulated combat, simulated war kind of stuff instead of going out onto a speedball field and stuff.
The LARPers.
I think those people are kind of, yeah.
LARPers.
And they were like kind
in
of
a sense.
They were kind of pushed out, right? Like they were it seemed that the community wasn't as focused on woodsball anymore, and so they kind of left. And a lot of those people went to, Sean can tell you about this because he's more involved in the community, but a lot of them left for airsoft, right? And so a lot of those players who were those camo wearing, ghillie suit wearing kind of guys who would come out and have that, we want to do that real combat simulation. We kind of lost a lot of those players on the island. We're just slowly trying to bring them back by showing them that we're kind of doing it in a different way, right? But it's a hard transition because you got people who don't want the change, people who really want to keep the speedball guns in the woods thing, and then you have people who are kind of like, hey, wait, you guys are doing that? I want in, I want to do that. So yeah, that's the struggle we're in right now. So there's Sean. I talked about Section 8. I hope that covered everything. I haven't looked at any comments for a while, but yeah.
I think we're frozen again.
I think so.
Oh,
I had to
I
turn
see
off
that.
my Wi-Fi connection.
Sorry,
to,
I'm
get
seeing it up and running on my end here.
It's up and running on my end now. Anyways.
Weird.
Still
Gremlins.
frozen on my end. I'll restart my end.
Well,
It just wouldn't be one of our shows without gremlins, so.
Absolutely.
So, I know it did hiccup at one point there, but it came right back up, so.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah, I'm back.
Word for it.
Pepper says it's all good on his end, so.
Okay, as long as Pepper says it's good. I guess
Yeah.
you
We'll go with what
there you
Pepper
go.
says. Oh, Devin says
Thanks,
it's
Pepper.
good, so.
can- Okay, good.
Cool.
Wait, I don't know.
So.
Maybe it's goofing on my end here.
Yeah.
We'll figure.
So I'm seeing a lot of comments about Island United. Is that the same
Yes, what is
thing?
this? I've been reading those too.
Island United is kind of the scenario event that we do out in Nanaimo here. It was run by Central Island Paintball. Tom Palmer put it together year after year. He'd do about 4 events a year, and it was just that. It was Island United, where it was just an open invite, anything goes kind of scenario woods ball game, and just cheap prices like entry of $12, cases of paint starting at $45 to $55. You know, like.
Sweet.
And yeah, and it was right. Oh yeah, we play really cheap out here. Like even at I'm running the Island Uniteds now because Tom kind of he was more focused on speedball. I didn't have time for all that. So I've been running them now, and like woods ball's kind of like I said, it's kind of going down. So we haven't had we're trying to grow it, and we're trying to bring people out to it, but it's not really like a scenario event. Say like bcpaintball.com or Frontline Paintball would run, like it's not a where there's a storyline and there's a character, there's like an arc or anything like that. It's mostly like an anything goes. You come out and you just play a bunch of games of paintball against 100+ people, and for super cheap. And so I
That's
run
pretty
those.
cool.
It's cool. It was my favorite event. I haven't played one in like 3 or 4 years. It's 'cause
I'm putting that on
helping
my
run
to-do
them.
list next year.
Super
Yeah,
cheap always catches my interest, so.
Yeah.
Always catches my interest.
Yeah, cases of paint at one of these events don't go for more than $65 at the high end, and as low
Nice.
as 50, 55. And entries $12 to $15. It depends, right? Like prices of paint have kind of slowly increased, but we're getting good deals here. Like Tom Palmer out Central Island Paintball takes care of community, keeps his prices low, and that keeps his competition having to keep prices low. And our sponsor, Nickel Street Paintball, they keep their prices low for us, and then we get a better price because of our sponsorship. So I know there's some fields that charge a lot per paint, and I understand that you get to one of those fields that's really elaborate and has a lot of structure and huge piece of property, and they got a lot of bills to pay, right? But I've never gone to a place and paid more than I think $100 was the most I ever paid for a box of paint, and that was like 4-star at like a BC or a Tittman Challenge, I think. That was the most I've ever paid, and I hear horror stories of people paying $160 or plus for a box of paint.
And that is why I play MagFed.
That is just what I was going to say. What's the point
Wow.
of buy a box and it'll last you those 4 events, right? If you're a MagFed player. If you're a speedball player, well, sorry, folks.
Yeah, that's it. And we got guys that come out and they buy 3 boxes of paint. I think so. Just my last event was August 19th, I think it was, and we had 44 players, which was pretty low because the first time I started running the events about a year and a half before that, we had 144, and then we had 44 this last event. But those 44 players bought 53 or 63 cases of paint. I did the math. It was 106,000 paintballs were bought by 44 people for a game that lasted 5 hours. So you can imagine the games are pretty intense, and like I said, if there was like a complex story arc or structure, it's we'd have to you have to charge more. You have to have props and better things, right? But we just kind of throw them together, keep the paint prices low, and people love it because they get to go out there and just kill, and they're hella violent. Like this is like some wealth-producing. People are walking away mad and sore, but it's so fun. And I mean, there's kids out there as young as 8 and 10, and they play great. They have no problem with it. I've seen the worst paintball injuries I've seen was to a grown man who got hit right here, right above his his mask. He wasn't like the guy was probably like 25, 26 at the time. He wasn't like a regular paintballer. He was just out there playing. But I don't know if the guy that shot him, his gun was hot or nothing. But we came over and he was on the ground crying because he got hit like right there. You know, and I've seen 8-year-old kids get just annihilated, and they just fall too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like your
It's 'cause
dad
kids
there
bounce.
after he got shot
Right,
with,
kids do bounce. Those
that
little
SAR.
bones, they take the hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in that situation when my dad got shot, when he got when he got beamed, I told Magic to take the shot. That's on me.
Hey, that's
Magic
my dad.
asked
Shoot
if
him
he
with
should.
a first strike.
Well, no, Magic is like, should I take the shot? And I'm like, Paul, what team is he on? He's like, the other team. I'm like, take the goddamn shot. And I didn't know he loaded a first strike. I thought he loaded round ball because he was running round ball most of the game, and then he threw in a first strike.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he gave
Yeah.
me the unicorn horn. That was awesome.
Sorry, Dad.
we had one of our guys. I think it was like two or 3 months ago. One of our guys, Luke, the guy that runs the TGR2, he got hit. He got unicorned, and it was insane. It was like an inch and a half off. Like I'm not even kidding.
yeah.
It was the most terrifying thing I've ever seen in my life. I remember Luke. He probably doesn't know this, but I follow him on Facebook, right? He's a friend, and I saw he was like traveling to see family like across the country or something like that, and he's like standing there in his nice family portraits with his wife and his family. I can see that. And how he had to explain that probably to every person he came across.
That's when you just put a hat on.
Right?
Yeah. Even
It was summer though, right? It was the middle of summer. So,
Yeah, I
yeah.
know
I'm
Heather
not-
recently posted a photo of somebody that got beamed right above the mask and dead center.
Oh,
And it was a
Oh, yeah, that's
big,
one of-
good one.
and it was
that
like
was one of her
blood
crew.
red.
Oh
It
yeah.
was nasty.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
That's
they
why I
say
wear a bum
we've
cap.
got we got brain damage from that, and it's true. He got brain damage from that. He hasn't been the same.
That's why I wear a full covering bump cap now.
Do you?
Screw getting a unicorn. Why not just take a plastic shell, put it in your hat, throw your mask over, no worries.
That's what
Yeah,
my
how does
friend
it?
That's why I wear my
how does
yellow.
it- How is it for breathing though? Like, do you get hot? Do you get fogged up or anything?
The ventilation, I will tell you, sucks. But it's one of those things where I'd rather not get a severe headache for 2-3 days.
Yeah.
That's
and
why I always
sweat
carry
my-
Advil to the field, man. I always got Advil.
Oh,
in my
I have a
bag.
leave all the time. All the time.
Yeah, you need Advil to play paintball.
Yeah.
I get that. I get
I
that
bring
headache.
natural stuff with me to the field.
Yeah, so do we. So do we.
Oh no,
Not
not
kinda
that
natural
natural
stuff,
stuff.
Not that
Not
I'm
nice.
just
Oh,
talking
stuff.
natural oils.
Yeah.
I bring essential oils to the field
Oh,
because
dear
I'm a
God.
princess.
Predators are hippy dippy.
Oh, you put like a little oil of oregano on the welt. Does that help?
No, not oil of oregano. No.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, no, I get like a really bad headache at the end of a paintball day. So just before I'm going to bed, every single time I play paintball, it's just like the adrenaline dump or whatever. So I
No.
always just chalk up on Advil. That's probably because I
Yeah.
don't drink water when I'm playing too. Actually, I probably have something to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So apparently David must get lots of hickeys, as he calls them.
Yeah. Apparently he gets shot in the neck a lot.
I like the neck shot. Yeah, that's
But I must be
All right.
missing moments. Oh, God, David.
Oh,
I always wear a neck guard. That's the one thing. I wear a neck guard and I wear gloves because I found that whenever I played, that's the two places I get shot most is the fingers and the neck. And it's true. Every single damn time I play, somebody shoots me in the neck. And I don't have like an exceptionally long neck. I'm a short, squat little person, right? Like I don't think it's a huge target, but I get hit constantly. I don't know if it's just I'm always playing like this or what, but I'm always taking throw shots. So I always have the neck guard. Like I do not walk on the field without one because as soon as if I walk on the field maybe I won't get hit in the neck that day with it on. If I don't have it, I'm definitely getting hit in the neck. Like,
and that's always how it works. And that is why I wear a cup.
Do you really?
Oh, and how?
Oh,
First
man.
time I ever played about that far off center. And, I wear a cup now.
Weren't you even saying this year at Shooting for a Cause, Grizz, you're glad you wore them because you took a couple direct strikes that weren't supposed to be direct strikes?
Oh, I'm pretty sure they were meant to be direct strikes. Somebody had first strike rounds and they were aiming for my junk. Not my fault it's such a large target.
I took a shot. I took a really bad shot once to the member, and it was so bad, and it was direct, like, end, right?
Oh.
Like I was pretty sure I was gonna take off my underwear and see that I had a vagina now, because it was so bad. And I dropped. I was lying on the ground just like rocking back and forth for like 10 minutes. Everybody was like, "You okay?" I'm like, "Fuck off."
I think Predator can attest that the last gauntlet I ever ran,
Oh my god.
the guy standing at the end, he A-framed me from toe to toe, and I collapsed, and I was out cold for a good 5 minutes. When I did come to, I went to the owner of the field. She's a really good friend of mine. I'm like, "Emma, I need to borrow your office. I need to see if everything is okay." What I didn't realize is my wife actually came in to help, and I'm looking ahead, and her office is a sea can, and the back door's open. I'm like, "Well, this is lovely." If someone just decides to walk in, never again.
Covered in welts and naked. Yeah, it's a hard
I
thing
got
to
lucky
explain to
with
people.
my gauntlet.
You got to do what you got to do to
very
make sure the
lucky.
boys are still good.
I've only run a gauntlet once, and I refused to do it again because I was no. I don't like. Don't get me wrong. I'm not against the pain of getting shot by paintballs. If anything,
It's a sport.
you just grow used to it. You don't even notice them. But if I go out there, I run a gauntlet. People are trying to hurt me. Like, they want to hurt me bad. They're like, "Oh, Joe's gonna run the gauntlet, so we're gonna shoot for his neck and his balls constantly, and we're gonna just destroy him." And I went out. I played one gauntlet, and it was murder. I got so badly hurt, and I'm never gonna do it again. I know people have done it with their shirts off, and it seems insane to me. But this is against speedball guns too. This isn't against mag-fed or mech markers. This is against speedball guns.
Yeah. I find it funny. As soon as somebody's running a gauntlet, everybody all of a sudden has a speedball marker. It's like, wait,
right?
you jerks
They all
were all
come
running
out of
mag-fed a moment ago. What the hell?
Yeah, they go pull it out of their gear bag. They're like, "Oh, look what I got here."
I haven't used this thing in years. Let's see if it still works. Yeah, you jerk.
Yeah, I was told after I ran my gauntlet for my bachelor party that approximately 20,000 rounds were fired my way in a 100-yard dash. Me wearing steel-toed boots in a red dress running uphill.
All the way. All the way. Sorry, bud.
Yeah,
all the way.
You and Diana, just all the way, just walking that trigger, you little bastard.
You were wearing a red dress.
Damn it, I've done it in a dress.
Oh
It's
yeah,
not
there's
fun.
a video on
That's what he
Facebook.
does.
I will add you, and I will find the video and give it to you, Joe.
Yeah,
It's
please,
on my wall
please
somewhere.
put the link in the description because I know in the comments. I know a lot of people want to see that.
God. Let's see if I can find it for you, bastard.
Isn't it on the your SAS Predator page? You've got photos of it?
It is.
Yeah, it is up on my SAS Predator page.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
Sean's saying pin it. Colin's saying that Shane ran against 50 speedball guns, and I believe it because Blackwatch has a huge membership. They got like 140 plus players.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And I can imagine running the gauntlet there. Like, oh, he's got video and pics to prove it. I want to see him. Shane. You got to post it. buddy.
Apparently
mine-
Colin wants to
mine was
shoot you
not
there,
pretty.
Pred.
Yeah, apparently. Let's see if I can find it.
I know.
Man.
I know for a fact that there's been one person
145.
that I know of that has ran a gauntlet buck naked.
Ooh, no.
Like head to toe,
Yes.
buck naked.
No.
No.
The only thing he had on was a sock, and his sock was protecting something else.
No.
Yeah, no thanks.
Oh yeah,
No. If you fell over,
this guy's
if
a
you tripped,
CPBL
you would
player,
take
though.
them in the ass, and you could get
Yeah, well,
seriously hurt.
That's Quinn's deal, man. But this, he's a diehard CPBL player. I watched him play at actually Suiting for a Cause. Him and the Bragg boys played shirtless for the entire day.
Yeah,
Because-
they were. They
Why
were
not?
The
awesome.
Dirty Dancers, yeah.
Yeah, the
Absolutely,
dirty dancers.
the Dirty Dancers.
I've
Those
seen
guys
some
are
guys
freaking
do that. I've seen some guys do that at events, and you either get the guys who do that and they get just completely obliterated, and like after 2 games they're sitting out the rest of the day because it's just too much, or you get the guys who don't get a welt on them because they were either that good or they were hiding the entire time. They didn't have a shot. They didn't want to step into the stream.
The dancers would stand up in the middle of a lane that was just getting roped to rope back at someone and get peppered.
Yeah. The Dirty Dancers were pretty impressive. And, you know,
amazing.
That is definitely one of those, like, there was 3 of them out there this year? And
yeah, 3 of them.
Yeah, they were, just hanging out with them was definitely one of those moments where, you kind of have that paintball brotherhood mentality, because they were coming from speedball mentality.
CPBL play.
Yeah. Into a scenario game. So they're not used to playing a round of paintball that lasts more than, 15 minutes because everybody's out already. And that's a long one. So, I think we were running for an hour to an hour and a half per game.
Yeah.
And, they turn around and they're like, wow, you MegFed guys go hard. But they laid it all on the line. They never stopped once, and they were right beside every MegFed player if they weren't leading the charge.
A lot of fun.
So,
oh yeah,
they had a lot of fun, which was awesome.
I think that's something that a lot of people don't realize about MagFed. A lot of people think there's a lot of like lying in the grass and just sniping across the field. They don't realize it's a much more intense version of paintball where you have to get close. You have to carefully count your shots. So every shot's going to be either a kill shot or really close to a kill shot. And I think that's what makes it like. You watch MagFed videos, like watch my MagFed video. It's on Joe Paintball YouTube. Go find it.
yes.
And it's it's just so much more violent. I find you can get right up close to people and shoot them instead of like just waiting for your shot in the lane or your snap shooting from behind a tree. Just run up behind their bunker because you have that time, you have that space. That's glorious. I love it. And I think once people realize that more, it'll bring more out.
Oh yeah.
So for those of you who want to see the darn videos, I couldn't get couldn't really figure out how to post it to comments because I'm kind of technologically inept. Impaired. It has been shared though to the Western Canada Paintball Alliance page.
I am gonna have to watch it again because you took a pounding, you laid down for like 5-10 minutes, and you got up.
Down 5 times. Like I almost
yes.
5 times. That was horrible.
Yes.
And all I ended up doing was having 1 beer, 2 Advil, and I went right back at it 10 minutes later. Holy hell yeah.
That's right. We played for like a day and a half solid of paintball.
And then the next day I completely destroyed everyone.
Ouch. Yeah, that hurt.
So I hate to be the bearer of bad news, boys, but we've hit our 1 hour mark. So
that was fast.
That one flew by tonight.
I was having a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah. So I hate to cut it short. So, Joe, I posted a link to your YouTube page in the comments there.
Sweet. Thank you.
So in case anybody's wondering what the heck that is that I put in there. Joe, thanks for joining us tonight, and
thank you, Joe.
Thanks for having me, guys.
With us.
Awesome.
So thanks to everybody who is in the comments there, and
Team Omega,
and them too.
Absolutely.
These
so
guys.
all of you BC boys who haven't liked our page yet, BC boys who haven't liked our page yet, go ahead and like it. That way you can follow us. You'll see when we come to BC. We're gonna hit your pages up, so hit up our page. Share the love. Let's grow the sport and keep doing what we love to do.
And I mentioned that we had the one Facebook page, Team Mega Renegade Paintball Club. There's another one that is more of our daily updater. It's just all caps Team-Omega, and it's more of it's the one where we're planning our games and we post up the pictures and stuff we have. The other one's more of like a fan page where, we just try to put up more, PG kind of stuff, whereas the other one is where everyone talks and everyone BS's, and it's a much more fun page. So check that one out, because you'll be able to actually connect with everybody, and that's got pretty much everybody in the island paintball community on it. It's quite a big page now, but yeah, check that out.
All right. So again, thanks everybody, and yeah, we'll catch you next time.
Yes. Thank you.
See you guys.
Night,
Thanks for having me.
Night.